Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to school me, but I've been a genius. Caddy looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now?
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down, Prescott. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry for Smith. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down.
47. 26. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Winston and the Bucks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A first carry now for the rookie from SC. It's Ronald Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Hey, let's get it working. Hey, ready? Who waiting? Sonny. Where's up?
On 1st and 10, Winston. The left side completion to Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Stays on his feet. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Ready? White 25. Let's go.
From the red zone now, Winston. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ready?
To the air again with Winston. Right side caught by Jackson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Jameis again. It's caught. Jones. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Got it. Here we go. 47. 26.
Now Prescott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Winston and the Bucks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 43. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Jameis to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Ready.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. Quick hitch, complete. It's Jackson. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
It's coming now. Here we go, 46, 46. 26, 26.
Prescott on first down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Gun. Here we go. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. And now with the play clock almost to 0, Dirk Cutter's going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Bucks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15. They go play action. Winston. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Here's a give to Smith. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go, 480. 26.
Prescott off play action. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go, 47. Get out. 26. 26.
Prescott. The open man is Smith. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, 480. 26. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. Keeps himself upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Vinny Curry in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Gun. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 480. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Here we go, 480.
Prescott to throw it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Following the interception, Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And they'll run it here. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Working out of the gun, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
26. 26.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Prescott now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly execute. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jason Pierre-Paul in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. 2nd down, Prescott. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Ready? Back, back. Green, triple C.
Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to let this one go deep. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Now it's Wilson. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. Let's go first.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Play action now. Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. A handoff to Smith. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there.
On play action, Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And that'll make it third down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here we go.
On third down, it's Prescott. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he finds Howard complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Go to 54, go to 54, wide 26.
Now Prescott. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go. Wide 8. We're going to 54, wide 8. Wide 8, take.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here we go. Go right in. Here you go. Good. 26. 46. 46.
Prescott down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Now it's Wilson. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So out come the Bucks now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Ready. Blue ready.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Jackson's got it over the middle. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They'll throw again. Winston. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. On 3rd down, Winston. He's got Evans. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Back now in Arlington. It's the Bucks. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A give to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the 1st down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. To throw is Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Prescott. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they'll go on the ground. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber, 88 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. Gets past one man. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession. And to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The pitch goes to Smith. Breaks a tackle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
46, take 47, 26, 26.
Prescott from the gun. And he fires one incomplete. Rod Smith, the intended target. And it'll bring up third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now Prescott. He's going to air it out deep for Matthews. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he hits his man, Matthews. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
This is Smith. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, wide. 26.
Throwing, Prescott under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
26.
Prescott from the gun on third. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
26.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Winston and the Bucks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Hey. Ready. Move ready.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The Bucks on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, let's go. Watch the ball back.
Again, it's Jones. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now, standing just about on his own goal line. Now Austin. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
41's the whip. 41's the whip. 26. Good. 26.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. They go play action here on 1st down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
26.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. 3rd down here.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. Prescott to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Awesome. That boy's got four down. What do you think?
On first and goal, they'll try the end. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go.
Let's go now.
Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bucks, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
What's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real, man. What's up, the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top.